Obesity-related asthma is a really understudied new phenomenon. It's a unique complication of obesity. And I talked about our interesting findings on how a fat tissue-borne hormone could potentially cause a problem in the lung through we call AP2 or FABP4. It's basically fatty acid binding protein. So obesity, in addition to being a standalone disease, mostly comes as a package. That's the problem. And it's directly related to metabolic disease cluster, including like diabetes, atherosclerosis, but also asthma. So asthma is a chronic inflammatory airway disease affecting 10% of the world population. But what's new is, so besides a classic allergic asthma, start mostly with the kids, there are many other asthma phenotypes. And they're not responding to classical treatments, and obesity is one of them. It's a new player in the game. So there are two types of asthma related to obesity. One, it's happening late onset, non-allergic, and happens predominantly in women. And the second one is the classic allergic asthma get worse with the obesity. So, but what is important is their worse progression, they're more severe, and they're less responsive to classical treatments like steroids, beta agonists. And the problem is not small. It's among asthmatics, 40% are obese. So 40% of the whole asthmatics are affected from this problem, which it's a therapeutic problem. We are not able to treat them well. So that's the main problem to start with. And AP2, the fatty acid binding protein, is a hormone released from fat tissue and travels to distant organs and regulate metabolic responses, inflammatory responses, and it increases in obesity pathologically. Something happens in obesity, this AP2 levels goes up and cause a problem, basically, in a setting of obesity. So, and then, like what we found is, in obesity, AP2 levels goes up in the circulation, like in the blood, in asthmatics as compared to non-asthmatics, and we detected AP2 in the airways, the fluid of airways. We call it bronchoalveolar lavage fluid. So what it means is the presence of AP2 in the airways fluid may suggest that might be the pathological mediator and the direct link between the fat tissue and the lung. And as a proof of concept in humans, so we measured serum AP2 levels in randomly selected individuals from Nurses' Health Study. And then what we found is, so we interestingly found AP2 levels were elevated, 25.6% significantly in asthmatics as compared to non-asthmatics, but only in obese and overweight humans, not in lean. So in lean, there's not much of a problem. And also we collaborated with Asthma Research Center at Brigham and Women's Hospital, Harvard Medical School, and we collected bronchoalveolar lavage fluid, again the airway fluid, from humans, and we again detected AP2 there, and it was significantly higher, again 23% higher in obese individuals as compared to lean individuals. So that already suggests that in the context of human obesity, AP2 levels goes up both systemically in the blood and locally in the airways. And we think that potentially cause the airway hyperresponsiveness and contribute to the asthma pathogenesis, which we already knew from our animal studies. When we genetically delete AP2 from an obese mice, so it markedly reduced obesity-induced airway hyperresponsiveness. And we already know that AP2 in mice, the phenotype totally correct with humans. It's very highly relevant and highly conserved biology, which is very interesting, which we know from humans who carry a naturally occurring polymorphism. So they luckily have low AP2 in their blood, and they're protected from these metabolic diseases, like including diabetes, cardiovascular diseases. So the next step to look those individuals first to whether they have a lower incidence or a lower severity of asthma. And then the main thing is really the therapeutic. So we will see that can we tackle this problem? Can we inhibit and target AP2 therapeutically in a context of obesity to treat obesity-related asthma? And that we have a big hope for that.